So this video is just to do a quick walkthrough of calculating the mean, the median, and the mode of a given data set. So on the left here, I have a set of numbers that I've made up, and there are a total of 6 numbers here. And I'm going to calculate the mean, median, and mode of these numbers. So the first step that I want to take here is I actually want to order the list. And this just makes things a little bit more clean and just easier to work with. So if you were in Excel, you would just do a sort. But if we're doing it by hand here, I'll just take the numbers here. So I'll go in ascending order. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, we have 2 5s, and a 7. So here are our numbers sorted. And now I'm going to calculate the mean, the median, and the mode. So the mean is just the average. And to calculate the average, we add all of the numbers. I use the summation symbol here to indicate that I'm adding all of our numbers that are part of our data set, and I'm dividing it by the total number of observations, which we'll call n. So in our case, this is going to be, and I'll do this in a different color just so you know that now we're dealing with our data. This is going to be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 7. And I'm going to divide that whole thing by the total number of observations, which we determined was 6. And so now I can just do the math here. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6, plus 10 is 16, plus 7 is 23. And so I have here 23 divided by 6. And if I do the math there, I'm just grabbing my calculator here. 23 divided by 6 is 3.83, roughly. I'm rounding to the nearest 100th, but that should be our median. Our mean, I'm sorry. So now that we've calculated the mean, let's look at the median. So the median is just that center location. So where are there an equal number of observations on either side? So if we look at our sample set, we have 6 observations. So if it's even, we simply do n divided by 2. If it's odd, an odd number of observations, so I'll say n even, n odd, we do n plus 1 divided by 2. And you'll know why in a second, because in our example, we have 6 observations, so our n is 6. And if our n is 6, it's even, and so if I divide 6 by 2, I get a nice even number 3. But if our number of observations had been 7, and I divided by 2, then we would have had 3.5, which is not an even number, so it's difficult to find it on this scale. Although I would argue it actually makes it more simple. But anyway, so I have 6 divided by 3. I get 2 as my number, our point. And so what that means is 6 divided by 2. I'm sorry, 6 divided by 2, which is 3. I transposed those by accident, sorry. So what that means is I need 3 observations on each side. And so if I look at my numbers here, I have, and I'll just rewrite them just for the sake of clarity. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7. I need to have 3 observations on this side and 3 observations on this side, which puts us somewhere around here, which is halfway between 3 and 5. So if I'm halfway between 2 numbers, that means I need to take the average of the number to the left and the number to the right. So I'll take the average, 3 plus 5, divided by 2, and this should give me 4. Now another way to think of this is you want to find the point that's halfway between 3 and 5. So the number 3 here is just a place, it's the point in your data set where the median lies. It's not the actual median. The median would actually be the value that sits in that point. So in this case, the value that sits halfway between 3 and 5, which is 4. For the mode is simply the observation that is most frequent. So in this case, we have a set of numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7. So in our case, the mode would be 5 because 5 is repeated twice. So the frequency that we see the number 5 is higher than the frequency that we see any other number there. So so I have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 2 5s, and another way to look at it is we can stack them on top of each other, and then 1, 7. And so these 5s would be my mode. So hopefully that clarifies things a little bit.